Hey, James from Social Coach, and today we're going to talk to you about how to tell whether a woman you approach is rejecting you or whether she actually likes you and she's just testing you to see what sort of a man you are. And I'm joined by two of my awesome female trainers. On my left, we've got Jackie.
Hey.
And on my right, in red, we've got Natalia. These are the wonderful, beautiful women you get to practice your dating, approaching, and conversation skills on at my boot camps. Now, to explain this concept to you, I'm going to tell you a story. I was doing a boot camp and I was walking along the side of a bar, and by far the two most attractive girls in that bar were standing at the bar, and I sort of locked my eyes on them. And I noticed very briefly that the most attractive one sort of held my eye contact for a short period of time, but enough to say she had some sort of interest. So I sort of slowly went on over, and about sort of a minute after the eye contact happened, I walked up behind the two of them. They were facing the bar, so if you can just imagine we've got a bar here. And I approached them the way I usually would in this situation. I just ever so gently touched both of them on the small of the back, and I went to shake their hand. Now, what happened here was quite unusual and rarely happened in America, Australia, England ever. I went, "Hey, how you doing? I'm James." And the girl just stood there for honestly 10 to 15 seconds, and then eventually slowly came around and acknowledged my existence. It was actually quite warm and friendly. And then I turned to her friend, who was by far the hottest girl in the bar, one of the hottest girls I probably saw that month, and did the same thing. "Hey, how you doing? I'm James." And she made me wait for another 10 to 15 seconds before eventually coming round and pretty much throwing herself at me.
Hi. So good to see you.
"Hey, how you doing?" From this point, I quickly realized that one of my favorite clients I coached that year, a 5'4" Asian computer engineer entrepreneur, had already been talking to these girls. So as soon as I saw this client, I sort of got out of there very quickly. I should have said, both these girls were from the former Yugoslavia. I can't remember if it was Macedonia and Serbia or whatever it was, but they were both Eastern European, former Yugoslavia. So they were, much more hard and tested a lot more than the average American Australian girl. So the next day, my client said to me that the most attractive girl in the bar had asked him 5 or 6 times over the next hour or two, "Go get your friend James, let's go for a coffee together. Go get your friend James, let's go for a coffee together," over and over and over again. Now, what's interesting to you about this story? She knew nothing about me. She knew absolutely nothing about me. All I'd done was introduce myself and given her my name. Nothing else. As soon as I saw my client, my short Asian client there, I took off. Yet she kept badgering this guy over and over again to set up some sort of a meeting date with me. Why do you think that is? It's because how many men in the English-speaking countries and most of Western Europe would be prepared to stand there in public in front of 600 or 700 people and wait patiently for literally 30 seconds until a girl acknowledged him. It's just like I was a statue. I just stood there like this, waiting for her to treat me with some sort of respect. Now, why would a beautiful woman do that? Well, the thing is, women, particularly beautiful women, do this stuff all the time. It's a woman's test. Now, why? Now, there's all these guys who are interested in dating really attractive women, and they want to save their time. If they talk and start this little 5-minute chit-chat conversation with every guy they meet, they won't really want to go out much. So what they do is they test you. You walk up to them, and for a period of time, it's unlikely to be 30 seconds, in most of the countries where you're watching from, but they'll just be cold for that 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. And what happens in this 5 seconds? It's brilliant. They've filtered out with this one little gesture, 98% of the guys who are not very confident, never dated a girl as hot as them before, don't really get the whole woman thing, and possibly also crap in bed. So just by holding you out for that 5-10 seconds, they've learnt so much about what sort of man you are and your experience level with women. It's an absolutely brilliant strategy on their behalf. They're not being bitches, they're just saving themselves a lot of time tied up in boring chit chat. So Jackie, if you could please give the guys your perspective on my experience.
Well, I personally, I think I'm always a little bit cold with guys, especially if I'm a little bit into them, especially if they're maybe kind of cute. But probably anyone that approaches me, I'm sort of exactly what James said. You're just kind of testing them to see whether they're worth your time, if they're how they're going to deal with you, especially if you're a little bit moody, to see how confident they are, I suppose, as well. Yeah, I think it's definitely something I do all the time.
Fantastic. I just say, but sort of when you get to know her, she's as friendly, bubbly as can be, but she just does that thing to test you out at the start. And Natalia, what are your thoughts on my experience?
Well, a lot of correct things have been said, so I definitely agree with you guys. It's a huge confidence test, and a lot of guys just run away after a good 2-3 seconds, So that's very impressive that you held your hand there for 10.
Thank you. So this stuff really works, and it's seriously transformed the approaching ability of so many of my students, and today I'm sharing it with you. So if you got something out of this video, please hit like. Where's like meant to be? I'm not very good at this internet stuff. I'm old and like books. And if you want us to keep making more of these training videos for you, please subscribe. And goodbye from Natalia, Jackie and James, and Social Coach. Ciao.